Hey, howdy everyone, Lawson here, back in action for more Okage Shadow King, the Deep Gravel Pit. Deep Grave Pit, there we go. It was 1 to 2, I was bound to get it right somehow. Regardless, to say, we are here to kind of get as many of these vases as we can. And that will show them, that will show all of them. Hopefully. Nice to say, y'all. I have been in a loop-to-looped, scoop-to-boop when it comes to everything in my life. Frankly, I don't know how I want to handle that. Okay. There are a lot of weird enemies here, but I think we'll be fine for the most part. I do apologize, there's a little bit of a wonkiness here, but hey, some things I have to remember that I'm doing because I have number of stram things to go stramming about. So things have to be adjusted every now and again if I don't get it in time. Suffice to say, I've been in a bit of a situation where I'm just like, I consistently feel like I don't have enough time for things, and like, I'm very jam-packed with certain things that I have to do. So, I think, as of recent, I'm probably gonna start looking into other options when it comes to, how I usually record, how I usually do things and whatnot. Not in the sense that, like, these are gonna stop being the way they are, but in the sense that, like, I do feel we're probably going to stop, I'm gonna stop uploading as many episodes as I usually do. It's kind of wild because I used to do it where I had 3 different Let's Plays going through. And that was simply my idea of, like, I want to have more games that I want to play and do stuff with and whatnot. But lately I've been finding a little more stride in terms of just simply playing games on my own and doing fun things there. It's not that I don't want to, like, LP things anymore. It's more a matter of sometimes it's just easier and not really like a good game to let's play because it's not particularly long or particularly interesting. I find that to happen with a lot of fighting games in particular, and that was usually my go-to on the situation. Also the Pictocross games, unless they have like a particular story to it, they don't seem particularly like interesting to boot either. So it's just kind of, I was picking and choosing between things, and now I'm more along the lines of, what if I were to just like get other stuff, you know? What if I were just to play this, because I know I'm not gonna like try to like let's play it or play it anyway else. That's what's happened with a lot of Pokemon mini games, and Pokemon Mini as a console, I definitely played in more of a desperate situation than I would like to admit, but I played nearly every single game that's on there that like is notably there, including homebrew stuff, and like there's a number of ones that I was like, oh man, this would be cool to like actually like do and get and stuff, but like not in the sense that it's like a full thing, just in the sense that it's like something I showcase and whatnot, because it is neat and it is interesting and it is cool, but it's one of those things where it's just like, that's not a let's play, that's not that. And considering all the time that I had for you hate that. I hate that I don't remember shit. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then I got nut. Nut. Alright, I think I'll be mostly good here. Where the heck are these bazaars? There we go. So it's been on my mind. It's legitimately been on my mind in terms of like what I can and cannot do, and various other bit pieces like that, on top of the fact that, like, once again, I'm hitting dating apps, and I'm just like, I'm never gonna learn this lesson, am I? Every now and again, I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what if I do this? What if I go ahead and go there? And every time, I'll get into contact with a girlie that I like or something. And I know a lot of other people have a bit of this problem too, but it is one of those situations where it's just kind of like really annoying to me girl start talking. This girl, she'll just like say hey or hi, or like I'll ask her a question like, hey, you know, like are you playing any good games lately? Are you watching anything interesting lately? Stuff like that. And mostly I'll get like a small little answer of like, oh yeah, I'm doing this lately. And if I go a little bit too hard on the answer, suddenly they don't want to talk to me no more. And I don't mean like hard in the sense of like, oh, that's really cool, how much you want to watch that, that's my favorite thing too, blah, blah, blah. No, it's more of a, oh, that's really cool, I've been watching this and that lately. And is there anything else in particular that you like to do? Or it'd be like, what's your favorite character on there? And then I'll get nothing. I'll straight up, like, I get one question answered and that's it. That's as far as it goes. And I'm like, this isn't like me trying to like be super nosy about it and whatnot. And I'm always confused in the situation and just like, listen, I'm not autistic. I understand this about myself. But when it comes to relationships, when it comes to romance, I think there's a strong case for me in that regard. Because I don't understand it. I do not understand the courtship, what you do with it and whatnot, and it's always confusing to me how I just get it wrong each and every time. And like, I really, really, really want to say it's because I look ugly or something, or like it's something that I can't fix. No, incel stuff, things like that. But I know part of it isn't that, and like I've had relationships in the past before. This has been a particular thing, and like I've had someone personally tell me that like I'm a little too earnest of things, and that makes a lot of people kind of slick away from the whole situation, which I kind of understand. I kind of get that. I don't like that assessment, but it's pretty true. Sometimes people don't like that in particular. They don't like seeing the earnestness immediately. They like the song and dance, and I can't song and dance. That is one thing that I cannot do. As far as I'm concerned, it's like a romance situation thing that's gonna happen, and I've been trying. I've been trying to not talk in a way or regard that I'm like suffocating them to any degree. Like, not in the sense that like I'm not asking a question, but like in the sense that like I'm waiting for them to answer the question and then ask me a question. A give and take sort of situation, because hey, that's what should happen. If I talk to you and I ask you a question, you should ask me a question back, whether it be the same question again or vice versa. You'd be surprised how many people do not ask me the question back. And I swear to you, it is roughly 90% of the people that I talk to. It is infuriating and it makes me sad every time, because it's just literally like, do you not even care? Like, what am I to you? Like, I thought we were trying to build a sort of relationship, and like, even if it's just like, hey, like booty time or whatever, right? I get that. I can get booty time. It's still a situation where like I would like to know them a little bit. We're talking like safety things and just like something that we have in common that we like. So if we ever get caught in a situation where like we're going out to eat and then going off to have fun stuff or whatever, I would be like, okay, cool, I could have a conversation or whatever. I don't need like a full like demisexual like overview, I think. Maybe some demisexual people will be against that and be like, nah, have you considered? But that's never really been the case for me. I just kind of like never had proposals where it is specifically like, oh, we're gonna like do this or that, you know? Oh, jeez. Like, we're gonna like do you want to like do this? You want to have a fun time with me? Like, I could almost guarantee I'd be like, yes. Like, especially if she's pretty. Especially if she's pretty. And like, how do I put it this way? If I was attracted to men, I would clean up. I swear to you, I would clean up. And it's so weird to me, and it's so ever-loving annoying to me that that's not the case. I just can't. And I don't mean it in the sense that like, I'd be a man killer or something. I don't think it'd be to that end, but I think it'd be to an end where like I wouldn't have to really worry about a relationship at least in terms of a relationship, not necessarily a good one. Just one, just a one. That's kind of how I feel about it. But like, I think that's the struggle for a lot of lesbians, a lot of sapphic people. It's just kind of like girls are harder to impress, they're harder to date, and guys just kind of don't have that particular attitude. They're very much, let's try for this, let's try for that. On top of the way that a lot of men find women attractive over how women find women attractive. It is a different thing. It just is. So I have some things that men do like for some reason or another that I don't get. I do not get. And I swear to you, like, I'm not trying to be mean about this, please. I'm really not trying to be mean with this. But there are some guys out there, like, that I can look at and I'll be like, okay, that's fine. Mostly men is the case and situation. If there was a femboy that really wanted to like date me or whatever, I might consider actually, like down to straw, like it like gun to my head type situation. Like, would you do it? I'm like, yeah, I think I would. I think I would just to try it, just to see if I do like it. Not in the sense that like I think I would, just in the sense that like if I find them kind of attractive, why not go for it, you know? But then I'll mostly get the messages from straight men, I think is the best way to put it, because like there definitely is two different types for sure, but the type that I usually get clamoring on to me are the straight men, which is fine. You know, I'm a trans girl, and this is kind of how the situation goes, and the latter is definitely not as fun. I don't think man who is homosexual, but also in the sense that like they're very transphobic and they're not like in particular towards this or that, is a great combo to begin with. So it's just kind of like they're out of place to begin with. Like, it's wrong tree, wrong bark, you know? But some cis men, this is where I straight up, I don't understand you men likers. I really don't. I struggle every day of my life. Not in the sense that, like, it's a problem for me. It's a problem in the sense that, like, if you left a puzzle unsolved and you were trying to figure out what exactly it was that you had to solve it with, and you just can't get it right. Like, for some reason, this puzzle has been just ruined for you. Like, you can't figure it out. That's how I feel about this. Because I'm just like, I get legitimately jump scared by men. And I don't mean like jump scared like I'm scared of men, although that is slightly true. Very particular things have to happen for that set to happen. But in the sense that like, I'll be grossed out and I'll be like, oh, that's disgusting. I don't like this. Because I don't. You straight up don't. I don't know what it is. I mean, like, I know what it is, but I don't know necessarily what it is. It's just one of those situations where I'm just like, if only this was a little bit easier. I might have been able to figure things out. Probably would have been a lot nicer to certain people too, I'm gonna be honest about that. I'll admit, I'm kind of a mean lesbian. I don't try to be, I don't mean to be, and I do apologize if it ever comes across the way that like I would hate you if we ever met. This is never really the case that I think of. I don't think that's ever really the case. I do have guy friends, I do have people that I talk to that are mass presenting and whatnot. One of my best friends, way back when during community college days, we kind of just super connected because we were both, you know, we're T for T. Not in the sense romance, but in the sense of platonic friendship, just kind of wins. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice to talk to them, get to know them, and all that such. And just, they're kind of the only ones that I was really able to like understand and get along with, even though there was someone that was gender fluid and then turned into trans a little bit later on down in life, my pipeline and whatnot. Can't say that works out. Can't say the one with the trans man worked out either. We kind of had a falling out over a situation and whatnot. Honestly, at this point, it's kind of dumb, especially considering how things went. But I think the best way to put it is, it's just, you never know when someone is gonna go. And by the time that they do go, you really just kind of think, wow, that was kind of meaningless. What we fought over. But it's not like we were on bad terms per se. We just never were friends the way we were. And at some point, you know, that's fine. It's just something that happens when you become older. Sorry to say, y'all, but a lot of what your parents may say, kind of right, kind of true, kind of part there. All right. I think I see where I need to go. A little annoying. Here. Oh, leave me alone. No, 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 no. I just couldn't relent. This wasn't gonna happen. And now the Dino Man's after me. I don't need the Dino Man after me. He's here to kick some tail. 130 dang Linda, what's up? Shoot, eating Wheaties, I take it. 107. Yeah, she's a decent physical attacker. Biggest one is Rosaline, that's kind of wild. Oh jeez. I have to heal. Okay, so she must have done a crit then. Okay, nut. Unless, yes. Oh no, we got it. Cool, awesome. Everything is cool when you're on a team. Shoot. Speaking of movies, I am going to go see Speed Racer. I finally see that movie. And the main reason why I wanted to go see that movie specifically is because I knew my mom would actually like to go see it. It turns out they're re-airing them in 2026, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I asked both my stepbrother, who happened to get my feed to actually continue on the whole entire, like, oh, like, you like Speed Racer, well, it's coming now to this, so the algorithm hit me really good with that. And it was close enough where I was like, this would be pretty fun to go with, both of them. And I've wanted to hang out with my stepbrother, and stepsister, really. In particular, just to get to know them a little bit better, in the sense that, like, we hanged out once or twice. Not in a big sense where, like, I'm thinking we're gonna be friends or something. Even though I would like something akin to that. Not necessarily, like, friendship per se, but just in the sense that, like, I think it'd be nice to have, more of a relationship with, my stepfamily. Just enough in the sense that, like, he would actually know what I like to a certain degree, and I know what they like to a certain degree. Boy howdy, does my stepfamily, they're not really good at emoting so much. They're not very good at, like, showcasing their desires and whatnot. And I try to understand to a degree that it's society and the way that people evolve over time and then teach their kids and such. With the way that their standing is in life, I could definitely see that being the case. Where, just kind of got taught and kind of, like, rolled in society in a more polite fashion than what most would. Well, me and my mom, I would definitely say, are not the case. We definitely are more robust, kind of have that situation where we're just sort of, how should I say this? We're just sort of vocal. Like, we'll say what we like and everything, and just kind of, it's so funny to me, because, like, my mom, I have always seen as a very loud person, as a very, like, open-minded speaking person. As the years have gone by, a lot of her fight has gotten taken out of her through various means, honestly, and just the fact that when you get older, you just become more grumpy rather than anything else in particular. It's just a situation where you're just like, I know what I like, that's really all I want out of the whole situation. That's fine. And I think that's an okay stance to have. But it is also one of them situations where I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, oh, kind of miss the way that she used to be. That's just how kind of, you know, aging works. Doesn't exactly get you to the where you were, you know? It's always transforming you into a different person as a whole. That's why the you, 10 years from now, audience, is not going to be the same you that has currently watched this video. You may never watch a Let's Play again after this. Woo-hoo. Like, this girl's just so bad at Let's Playing, I just had to stop. That would hurt my heart if that was the case. Like, no. Am I too chatty? Am I too chatty, viewer? I hope not. Regardless. Yeah, just little things like that I've been thinking about. I am not at bursting levels. Let's try to overdrive. So we're at bursting levels. Okay. That seems best stuff. And then ice. Ice is twice. Almost, we almost got it. It's fine. Oh, snatch. No! That's my money and I need it now! Bastard. I hate them so much. I hope they die in a fire. Okay, level 38. That's pretty good. Level 38. That's also pretty cool. Linda's coming up real quick. Okay, I seize it. Let's use nut. There we go. Ugh. Why is this Vazas always like this to me? Inhibits enemy magic, increased defense. No, it's powerless. That's better. We'll have Omni Concert. I'm actually really glad that Linda is more of a debuffer than even Kingsley is, honestly, because it's very clear that debuffing actually works, at least, compared to other video games, various other JRPGs, where if you debuff, what's the point? I'm looking at you, Dragon Quest. I'm literally looking at you. It is insane to me just how much debuffing does not matter. There are so many enemies at the end of Dragon Quest IX where you're just kind of doing your own little thing, own little post-game content, and every single boss, I swear, will have clears all this phase, or they will heal themselves to a degree that, like, makes them so they're healthy again. And if they're able to pull it off each and every time, and they're able to do everything each and every time, and I'm like, what's the point? What's the little point? There is a point to it, obviously, in Dragon Quest. It does waste a turn for them. They do have to take a turn. But that basically means that you just do a debuff to take a turn. So it's just a turn for a turn. At that point, you're just kind of like, why not just do the buff where it'll help you out for a little bit longer over a debuff will likely will just get got away from immediately. It's annoying. Because you basically just have to turn optimize things. So debuffing is just completely not valuable in Dragon Quest, for the most part. Get like exactly a turn, usually. While buffing will probably give you 5 turns at most. Especially for post-game content, because they really like to just kind of like reset everything. They're like, no. Plus, there's a lot of buffing moves in Dragon Quest. They do a lot of cool stuff, and I just really like that a lot. I always find it funny too because like when you actually add debuffing to your game, kind of wrecks a lot of bosses like it did in South Park. Like if you play South Park: The Stick of Truth, or I think even South Park, what is it? Butthole, I think it is called. actually ends up pretty well. It actually ends up as a pretty good team comp. Which I think Elden Ring is also that case too, isn't it? Where you could go with a total like bleed set or a poison set or something. I think that's the case. I would probably be a bleed set. I'm gonna be so honest about that. It's just one of them situations where I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Although I am that girly that just like I have no interest in Elden Ring or any Dark Souls or whatever. So whenever girls are like, oh yeah, you know, like I really like Dark Souls, I really like Demon Souls, I really like these Bloodborne type games, and I'm just kind of sitting there in the back going like, oh, okay, sure. Like y'all playing pinball lately? Cause you know there's a Pinball of the Dead. Y'all probably like looking at me weird, like what? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Legitimately, I was in the server, and I was like, okay, I gotta go stream Assassin's Creed, and they're like, what Assassin's Creed game are you playing? I was like, oh, it's the PSP one. It wasn't Assassin's Creed Liberations. It was one of the more obscure ones. But it was for the PSP. I think it's the only one for the PSP. Right? I think so. And they're like, why are you playing that? I was just like, Everybody else in the meantime was playing the new one where you play as the Black Samurai. I think is it Sasuke? No. I can't remember his name. I can remember his name. Oh, I feel so bad because I'm usually good at remembering. Yosuke, right? It's Yosuke, right? Oh god, I hope so. I am just really bad at names. It's not even like anything else. It's just I suck at names so bad. I'll just forget them over time. It just happens. I feel really bad about it too because legitimately sometimes the reason I don't talk to people, and I'll be honest about this, is because I don't remember their name. I don't remember what to say, and it feels awkward. I'm like, I don't know you. I'm sorry. That's just the whole thing. We should have them do powerless. Then we'll do. Oh, no. Oh. Overdrive. Overdrive 2. I honestly forget sometimes that I'm just playing as Knight. I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta be doing it. Oh well. I won't tell y'all. It is the way that it is. I forget. Not very good with memory. It's a thing I have a problem with for some reason. I don't know why. I've always been away. Oh, okay. Oh, that's when it hit. Okay. 74. I'll omit the little mic thing that she just kind of like does a little twirly bit about. Really cool, actually. Oh my goodness. Shoot. I'll tell y'all right now. I've seen a little bit of Precure, and I'm telling y'all, if I was a cis girl in Japan, I would be a Precure girl, 100%, and I would be so obsessed with that whole entire franchise. I don't doubt that for a second in my mind, because I watched a little bit of it, and I was entranced. I was like, I can't be doing this and playing a game. I have to be doing it engaged slightly. Like I need to play like a Pictocross game or something where I could pay attention to it. Because otherwise I can't. It deserves more. So yeah, I was like, okay. Walk in with it. Omni concert. maybe I should do these blizzard stuff. Maybe that would be better. Okay, so it shows it after. I was wondering, like, why does it look like the blazing sword doesn't work? Let's try lightning sword. I just want to see if it does something different. I don't really think it will, but lightning sword. 97. I usually do charge parasol specifically because it just does a little bit more. Okay, she took like the full brunt of that attack. I need to heal her. Is okay. I think we're at that point where we don't have to worry too much about these base fights. It's just to enough where I have to pay attention to, like, if anyone's particularly low on health. Like, I think Knight will be fine for now. I'm not too worried about it, you know? Come on. Go away. There we go. Yippee! See, look at that. She's doing like all these little cute dances with the mic and everything. I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, like, that could have been me in Japan doing little dances because Precure told me to in movie theaters in order to help everybody. That could have been me! No joke. Ugh. I feel that in my bones. I feel it so hard in my bones. Oh my god. Oh. How many more areas are there for this spot? Kind of ridiculous. Beep boop bop boop. Okay. Now we are on B3. Remember, people, we're parked on B3. And until then, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. Sayonara. Bye-bye.